The Young and the Restless. Spoilers. Next 2 week, full June, 1 to the 12th of June, 2026. Stop what you are doing and listen to me right now, because I am literally shaking. Welcome back to our channel, besties. And today is Monday, an absolutely unhinged day to be alive. I am legitimately filming this while I'm running errands, hiding in my car in the grocery store parking lot, because I just had to jump on here and vent. My soul has actually left my physical body. You guys, I am deceased. We need to talk about the absolute cinematic mayhem that is going down in Genoa City for the week of the 1st of June, 2026, because I cannot even process the level of trauma and drama we are being fed right now. First of all, let's talk about Matt Clark. Bestie, be for real right now. This man has been sitting in custody, playing the absolute most with this whole I have amnesia, I don't remember being a monster routine. And Phyllis Summers, queen of making things worse, literally sat there in that dark basement and listed out his crimes to him. For a hot second, it genuinely looked like Matt was just going to accept his deadly fate because he didn't know who he was. I was literally hyperventilating right now, thinking, is this it? Is he just going to lay down and take it? Is the villain arc over? But no. Stop everything. Sienna Bacall's face, yes, the violently loyal, fanatical Sienna who literally stalked Phyllis and bashed her in the head to rescue Matt. Her face is the trigger. Matt sees her, and boom, the memories are flooding back. He is having a massive change of heart, and his entire mindset is flipping. The villain arc is about to go nuclear. I am calling it right now. He is no longer this blank slate. He is back to being the calculating monster we all fear, and I am straight up terrified for everyone involved. Wait, backtrack for a second, I missed a step. Noah Newman. Oh my gosh, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but my brain is moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Noah is apparently recreating The Dark Room, which is honestly so unhinged. Why are we recreating trauma rooms, Noah? Bestie, do we need to talk to a professional? But Sienna is straight up panicking about this, because with Matt's memories coming back, the dark room could actually become his ultimate weakness. I am manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update, because if Noah uses the dark room to trap Matt, cinematic masterpiece. Give them all the Emmys. I was mid-skincare when I realized the implications of this and literally smeared charcoal mask all over my white rug. I had to yeet my phone across the room. I am physically vibrating. The psychological warfare is peaking, and I am entirely here for it. Wait, I'm glitching. Okay, back to the main event. Let's talk about the Newman men, because they are officially on my do not perceive list. I am so done. Victor and Nick are straight up clashing over what to do with Matt now. Nick, who was basically trying to force Matt to remember his crimes just so he could punch him with a clear conscience, which is genuinely the most chaotic therapy strategy I have ever heard of, is now at odds with Victor. Victor is currently taking a massive victory lap, celebrating his wins, gaslighting Nikki, and basically acting like he is the supreme ruler of the universe. Did I say that yet? My brain is mush. Moving on, but Victor is so smug right now. He is keeping his promise to Lily, but his God complex is genuinely out of control. And don't even get me started on the vibes in Victor's office. The lighting is always so dramatic for no reason. Like, sir, turn on a lamp. It's 2 in the afternoon. Victor thinks he has won. because Matt is in custody, and Nick survived that horrific drug-induced car crash. But Nick is spiraling. Nick wants vengeance, and Victor wants control. It is a total clash of the titans, and I am genuinely terrified of what Nick might do now that Matt is getting his memories back. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife, and I am clutching my chest because I am too unwell to handle the gravity of these events. It feels like a personal attack on my soul. Speaking of Lily, you guys, Lily Winters has officially had enough, and I am totally living for it. Devin Hamilton has been acting so high and mighty, constantly dragging Lily for her feelings and choices regarding Kane Ashby. Like, Devin, bestie, you have your own messy life to worry about. Please sit down. You are literally fighting with Abby and Mariah over Dominic, having these heavy emotional conversations about forgiveness while simultaneously trying to send Mariah to prison. So maybe focus on your own backyard. But this week, Lily finally snaps and claps back at Devin, giving him the absolute reality check of the century. And we have to look at the context here. Kane is literally the only bone marrow match for Malcolm. He is holding Chancellor Winters hostage with this medical miracle, and Lily is drowning in this impossible choice. She has to decide whether to let her uncle die or hand her family legacy over to her manipulative ex-husband. So when Devin comes in with his unwanted criticism about how she's handling Kane, Lily straight up obliterates him. I am cheering at my screen. It's giving major boss energy, and Devin genuinely needed to be put in his place. I am manifesting that Lily keeps her company and saves Malcolm, but knowing this show, it is going to be a total mess. Oh, hold on. My iced coffee is sweating all over my console anyway. We need to talk about Phyllis. Phyllis Summers is backed into the most insane corner right now. She is facing these massive criminal charges because of Victor's fabricated AI evidence plan. Christine literally got arrested in the middle of a courtroom because of this AI setup, with Danny watching in absolute horror, and now Phyllis is drowning in the legal fallout. So what does she do? She goes crawling to Michael Baldwin for legal help. Michael is already exhausted trying to save Phyllis from herself. He is basically her babysitter at this point. How is Michael going to untangle Victor's web of lies when Victor is the one holding all the cards? I am literally shaking just thinking about Michael's stress levels. The man needs a vacation to a deserted island. But the most shocking part, the part that made my soul actually leave my body, Sharon Newman is giving Phyllis a second chance. Let that sink in. Sharon and Phyllis peace treaty? I cannot even, after decades of absolute blood feuds, fighting over Nick, fighting over everything, Sharon is deciding to show grace. I am unwell. I need a moment to scream into a pillow. Did I read that right? Sharon is giving Phyllis a second chance. This is a glitch in the matrix. I genuinely cannot wrap my mind around Sharon forgiving Phyllis. Like bestie, do we not remember the poisonings, the affairs, the literal crimes? My brain is buffering, just trying to process the sheer audacity of this writing. I am straight up pacing around my living room right now. And don't even get me started on the vibes of this whole situation. The aesthetic of Genoa City is basically just trauma and expensive suits at this point. Deep breath. Okay, I'm back. We have to talk about Nikki Newman because I am genuinely so worried about her. Nikki's health is rapidly deteriorating. She is suffering from these blinding, debilitating migraines, and she is just not taking care of herself without Victor by her side. Victoria is absolutely beside herself with worry. Victoria is usually so hardened and corporate, but seeing her mom crumble like this is breaking her. Victoria ends up going to Nate Hastings to discuss Nikki's declining health, and it's so serious. And honestly, this might be the exact tragedy that forces Victor and Nikki back together. You know, Victor cannot stand to see Nikki vulnerable, especially when he's the one who has been gaslighting her about the whole Nick and Matt situation. He basically demanded she praise him for letting Nick almost die to save Newman Enterprises, which is honestly so unhinged. But now that her health is failing, manifesting a reunion, but also manifesting Victor apologizing for once in his life, I am literally hyperventilating, thinking about what this means for the Newman Empire. If Nikki goes down, the whole family structure collapses. Wait, I completely forgot about the younger crowd. Holden Novak. Holden is facing his past, and it involves Audra Charles. Yes, you heard me. Audra, who is currently playing Florence Nightingale for Sally Spectra after her tragic miscarriage, apparently has history with Holden. What does this mean for Holden's budding romance with Claire Grace Newman? Claire is so sweet and has been giving him all this great advice about his messy family ties. But if Audra is in the mix, Audra eats men, girls like Claire, for breakfast. The love triangle we didn't know we needed, but are absolutely going to obsess over. I am so invested. Holden is already struggling with Devon and Nate rejecting him, and now his past with Audra is coming back to haunt him. Give the boy a break. But also, don't, because I am living for the drama. And finally, Stephanie Simmons. Our girl Stephanie is facing a massive, difficult decision this week, and she is leaning on Nate Hastings for help. Nate is out here giving medical advice, relationship advice, life advice. He is booked and busy. I don't know exactly what Stephanie is deciding, but given that she basically handed Kane the information about Malcolm's aplastic anemia on a silver platter, she might be feeling the guilt of inadvertently causing this massive corporate hostage situation. She reconnected with Nate over their shared history with Olivia, and now she needs him to help her navigate whatever this massive choice is. Send help. I cannot take this anymore. Every single storyline is peaking right now. The stakes are astronomical. I am going to be glued to my screen, physically vibrating, waiting to see if Matt Clark goes full psycho, if Lily signs over her company, and if Sharon and Phyllis actually hug it out. If they hug, I am calling the police because that is a glitch in the matrix. Stay chaotic, besties. I will update you as soon as I recover from this